In this corner, wearing red and representing the golden arches of McDonald's, Destined Goblin. And in this corner, wearing orange and brown and representing the flame grilling of Burger King, Mrs. Goblin. Goblins and Goblinettes, Destined Goblin.
And Mrs. Goblin.
Here again with another episode of Destined to be Goblin. This is where we will try a food product of some kind and determine whether or not we should give it the Destined Goblin seal of approval. Now today we have a little bit of a different type of episode. Probably not going to be giving out a seal of approval because what we're actually going to do here is we are going to compare two different cheeseburgers, McDonald's and Burger King.
Woohoo!
Now, I have always been a McDonald's guy.
And I a Burger King gal.
Now, Mrs. Goblin does not like McDonald's burgers, and I really don't care that much for Burger King burgers. Now, I will eat a Burger King burger, but I would prefer a McDonald's burger. They are my favorite fast food burgers. And again, now here we're talking about those cheap, quick little burgers that you can get when you're really hungry, you're just going through a fast food restaurant. Not those really fancy burgers that you'll see. I even put like the Wendy's Baconator and things like that in that category of a little bit more high-class burger. We're talking about your really basic, stripped-down burger, just cheeseburgers in this case, the ones that you can get really cheaply. You can eat a bunch of them and they satisfy those cravings. So we are going to compare McDonald's and Burger King cheeseburgers here, and then we're going to give our vote on which one we would prefer. Now, I know I personally am going to give an unbiased review here. I'm hoping we'll get that out of Mrs. Goblin as well?
Sure.
Okay, so we've got the colors of our establishments here. I'm wearing the red for McDonald's. Mrs. Goblin has the orange and brown for Burger King. She's also got our favorite team, the Cleveland Browns, there represented. So they had a good season, whether or not they make the playoffs. So let's go ahead and look at these two burgers. First of all, I will give you the numbers on these. McDonald's cheeseburger, about 300 calories. This is about $1.29. Burger King cheeseburger, 283 calories. And this is about $1.19. So similar prices, similar calorie-wise. Ready to go ahead and see what we have here? Open up the McDonald's. Open up the Burger King. Okay.
There it is.
All right. So there we go. So immediately, difference that we're seeing right there at sesame seeds on the Burger King burger. McDonald's burger, as we know, is going to have one hamburger patty. And then we're going to have some cheese on there. And it might be kind of hard to pry this off. There we go. We're going to have pickles. We're going to have diced onions. And we're going to have ketchup and mustard, yes. Burger King, one burger patty. Ketchup, mustard. I've got two pickles on mine as opposed to one pickle on the McDonald's. So, and then the ketchup and mustard also. I'm not seeing any onions on the Burger King.
Yeah,
so that might be a difference there. So, okay. So what should we start with?
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Well, let's go with the McDonald's first. So, take that first bite. Okay, so the thing I like about the McDonald's cheeseburger is I like the way they cook their patties. I know that's always been the big thing between McDonald's and Burger King. Burger King is the flame grilled. McDonald's obviously prepared in a different way, not that flame grilling. I prefer that way. I prefer that beef patty. I think you get a nice sear on the patty. I think you get a lot of that beef flavor that gets trapped in there. I also really like the diced onions that McDonald's puts on their cheeseburger. I think that gives it that little extra punch that you don't get sometimes in a burger that wouldn't have those onions on it. Any thoughts?
Well, I definitely, I like the sesame seeds on my bun versus just a plain bun. I mean, it tasted good with the onions and the pickle and everything. So, I mean, the beef patty tastes like any beef patty that I've tasted before. So,
okay,
nothing special there as far as I'm concerned.
All right, let's try the Burger King. So here we go with those sesame seeds and obviously a different prepared type of beef patty.
They use different mustard.
Mm-hmm.
I like the flame broiled because it tastes like it's right off the grill. You know, like you've grilled it at home or something like that versus the patty on the McDonald's. So that's what I remember as far as the differences. And then of course the mustard tastes different. It has a little more flavor, I think, to it than the mustard that they use on the McDonald's, which I hadn't realized until comparing the two. So
now I actually was going to say, right as soon as you mentioned that about the mustard, that was the biggest difference for me. The first taste difference that I got was a big mustard explosion on the Burger King cheeseburger, and it may just be a factor of there's a little bit more mustard on this Burger King cheeseburger. I also noticed that the pickle flavor, I might have actually missed, I kind of missed a bite of pickle there on the McDonald's cheeseburger, but I got some of that pickle on that Burger King burger by having two pickles on there.
yeah,
That was
it out more.
Yeah, I do have to say in that first bite goes to Burger King. I definitely would give that one to that Burger King cheeseburger. I'm gonna go ahead and get a couple more bites of each here. One of the things I really like about the McDonald's cheeseburger is I think the flavor of the cheese comes through a little bit more. I feel like that, and that's probably why I like their double cheeseburger, and that's my favorite burger that I get from McDonald's. I think that the cheese that they use, even though it's both American cheese in both cases, I feel like the McDonald's cheese is a little bit almost tangier, almost more flavorful.
Oh no, I'm still partial to Burger King, but then again, I'm not I mean, I love cheese. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I could eat a whole cheese and meat tray in a sitting. But I prefer, like, if I'm gonna typically if I go to Burger King, I get like the Whopper Junior because I like having the meat and all of that stuff. And if they ask me if I want cheese, I don't necessarily always get cheese on it. So cheese isn't as big of a issue for me. It's the flavor of the patties, and I just feel like the presentation and everything, to me, it seems like I'm getting a little bit more of a substantial meal versus now, in comparison, these two look about the same size and everything else. So
calorie wise, everything else.
So, but we're comparing the cheeseburgers, and when I'm always thinking of, I rarely ever get the cheeseburger. I usually get the Whopper Junior or something like that. So I'm used to getting those bigger burgers and whatnot.
Well, I will say that in that second bite on those, I got more pickle in the Burger King, and the pickle was a little bit sweet. And I think I mentioned before, I do not really like sweet pickles. I can't stand bread and butter pickles. I hate bread and butter pickles. But I love when pickles are tangy, when they're kind of tart. And I feel like the McDonald's pickle has that advantage over the Burger King pickle in that respect. It's the one thing that I have against Wendy's. Wendy's makes their own pickles, and I think they make them too sweet. And that's one of the reasons that any of the burgers that Wendy's makes that has pickles on them, I tend to rank a little bit lower because of that. I kind of deduct some points for the pickles there. Are we ready to give our final opinion?
Yeah.
Okay. So would you like to go first? Ladies first?
Sure.
Who are you voting for?
I'm voting for the Burger King.
Wow, what a surprise. Okay. So judging by these two burgers that are in front of me, the two that I tasted, I'm gonna go with my favorite as being the McDonald's burger. And the big thing for me, the determining factor was that second bite, and it was that pickle. Had that pickle been a little bit tangier on the Burger King cheeseburger, I may have voted for the Burger King cheeseburger, but
yeah, whatever.
Obviously, you're going to have your favorites. Nothing wrong with that. When we were comparing these two products, they really are, like Mrs. Goblin said, almost identical, nutritionally almost the same, price-wise almost the same. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that Burger King is coming out with a $1 menu right now. On that $1 menu will be a bacon cheeseburger at Burger King. That's a little bit of a game changer because McDonald's currently does not have anything that low priced that has bacon on it. So we'll have to see where that goes. Once that menu gets started, we'll see if that bacon ends up making things any differently. But looks like we got a tie, so I guess we ended up with not really being able to make a decision here. But if we do want to give out a seal of approval, I think we can give one out for both the McDonald's and the Burger King cheeseburger, and everybody will be happy that way. So there we go. That was the Battle of the Cheeseburgers. We'll probably do some more of these once we start thinking about items to compare. As always, if you would be so kind as to like this video, share this video, comment on this video, and then of course, if you have not yet done so, subscribe to this YouTube channel. We would greatly appreciate that, and you can accomplish all of those things by pressing those buttons that you will see on that bar directly below this video that you are currently watching. And then if you do have any suggestions for any type of content that you would like to see here, whether it's things you'd like to see us kind of compare, things you'd like to see us try, places you'd like to see us go, you can reach us through our email, that is destinedgoblin@yahoo.com. I will do my best to personally respond to each and every one of those emails that you send, and of course I will take every suggestion that you make to heart. So until next time, let's do a little cheers with our burgers. So.
Well, you got the Burger King.
Well, okay,
burger.
okay, I'll swap it out then. I'll do a little cheers with my burger. There we go.
Oh,